you don't have a sign, you could go behind the folks with the sign. All right. So the first tent, when I say what do we want, y'all say decarceration, all right? What do we want? Decarceration. When do we want it? Now. What do we want? Decarceration. When do we want it? Now. What do we want? Decarceration. When do we want it? Now. Nice. How about a little better? That's a little better. Yeah. All right. Good. So the next tent, I guess we're going to stay together, right? So it goes like this. DOC, shame on you, incarcerated people who have rights too. It's a little tongue twister. But it's like DOC, shame on you, incarcerated people who have rights too. DOC, shame on you, incarcerated people who have rights too. DOC, shame on you, incarcerated people who have rights too. DOC, shame on you, incarcerated people who have rights too. Good. And the last one is when human rights are under attack, what do? They stand up like that. All right? When human rights are under attack, what do? Stand up like that. When human rights are under attack, what do? Stand up like that. When human rights are under attack, what do? Stand up like that. What do? Stand up like that. What do? Stand up like that. Good. Clap up for yourselves, man. Good job. So that's the tip we're going to say today. Is we're going to get started in just a minute. About empathy for the day. The veteran in the struggle, Victor Payne.
You make me sound old.
Veteran. So just a minute. Thank you.
All right, so listen, everybody. I'm a little guy, but I do think I got a big voice. So, big voice. Never mind the mouth. So, I'm going to ask that we start first and foremost with a moment of silence in recognition and in honor of those that we have lost in the plantation and this regional carceral system, and also for the souls that may get gone. So first we're going to start with a moment of silence. Thank you. Okay, thank you everybody for your indulgence. Thank you for being here. I'd like to first start off with saying my condolences to the families of those that have been lost in our carceral system. And I pray for your strength and your perseverance to stay in this fight, because it is a fight. And we got to stay in it until we win. So I want to say that to the families from all of us. And here's your support. All of us are here together and stand in solidarity with you. We may not feel the same pain that you feel, but we do feel pain. So know you are not alone in your moment of loss. My name is Victor Pate. I am one of the co-directors of the Hochul Solitary Confinement Campaign, as well as a formerly incarcerated person, as well as a healing survivor of solitary confinement. I was incarcerated on Rikers Island. I did feel the pain, and the pain that was happening to me in the 70s is still happening now. And it's even worse than it was then. So we need to close Rikers Island, we need to incarcerate. So let me set the tone and the mood for why we are here. We are gathered here in remembrance of Marvin Pine to express our outrage that our mayor and our governor are continuing to prioritize to increase ways to increase incarceration and send more people to New York City District Jail. That ain't right.
That ain't right.
Including through the governor's new budget proposal to increase pretrial jail. That ain't right.
That ain't right.
We demand the governor rescind her pretrial jailing proposal. The mayor prioritize incarceration. Staff is held accountable for providing inadequate care of people in their custody. We demand that the mayor and the governor take action now to invest in safe and proven alternatives to incarceration. So that's the platform, and that's the theme of why we are gathered here this moment at this time. And I'm telling you truthfully, I'm tired of coming here. I'm tired of coming here. I won't give up coming here, but I'm tired of coming here. We should not keep coming here, keep saying the same thing to our elected officials to make them do what they're supposed to do. And I'm not going to stop. So I will be here as many times as is necessary for me to come here. And with everybody else that's here, I'm in this fight to win it. I will never forget what happened to me when I was incarcerated. I'll never forget what happened to those who are incarcerated. I will never forget the collateral damages. 25 years later, I'm still damaged. I am not well. But guess what? This is my therapeutic couch. This is my therapy. This is how I get well, and this is how I learn how to be well. And I'll never stop doing it. So, with that said, I would like to hear a few words from our family members, people that are impacted from the incarcerated people. So the first person I'd like to hear from is Andrew Cuomo. Come on in, everybody.
I'm a community organizer with Freedom Agenda, and I'm going to be reading a statement on behalf of Latoya Ortega, the daughter of Morgan Hines. Was a grandfather, an uncle, and most importantly, a lover. He was a man deserving of humanity and respect, but New York City and New York State and Rikers owed him dignity and owed every incarcerated individual the duty of care. My father, Marvin Pine, suffered from seizures at the beginning of his stay at Rikers and throughout his life, which resulted in him seizing and hitting his head and resulting in stitches. My family and my father tried to inform his public defender, DAs, and judges about his seizures and history of seizures, but it didn't matter. They were ignored. And on February 4th, 2023, he had a major seizure which ultimately resulted in his death. My family is devastated over this unexpected loss. And we are certain that it could have been avoided if he would just have gotten the medical care that he needed and deserved before his incarceration. Thank you.
So, thank you so much, Ashley. And one thing that comes to mind for me, and that it really, really disturbs me very, very deeply. One of the things that happens, and it continues to happen, whenever there's a death in Rikers Island, or when there's death in any correctional facility, they have a generic, unfeeling, inconsequential statement that they always make. Commissioner Molina, it's like it's an automatically printed out statement, already prepared, because guess what? They know it's going to happen. You prepare for something because you know it's going to happen. So why do they have this generic form that they always say, we're sorry for the loss, our condolences to the family, and it is under investigation. Those are the same core things that they say all the time. And they do nothing. Then somebody else dies. And they say the same thing again and again and again. I think that's disrespectful to us the public. I think it's disrespectful to the families who lose people. Because you say the same thing all the time. It's meaningless. And they do nothing. I'm tired. I don't know about y'all. I'm tired. I'm tired of hearing the same BS by the same people all the time, and they do nothing. When the hell they gonna do something? It's crazy. Alright? It's insanity. Doing the same thing, expecting something different to happen. That's ridiculous. That is the behaviors of an addict. That is the behaviors of an addict. You do the same thing, you think something different is going to happen while you are actively in your conviction. Something is wrong with these people that's supposed to represent us, that is supposed to take care, custody, and control. I don't see none of that happening. I see control, but I don't see care. I see custody, and that's all I see. But where's the care that's supposed to go along with their responsibility? Where is the accountability for their responsibility? Something is wrong. Something is wrong. So, with that said, I know we're waiting for another speaker, but I want to, this is our platform, not the elected officials' platform, not the representatives' platform, but the people's platform. Us, those of us who are out here in this moment, in this time. I'd like to hear from another impacted family member, another impacted, formerly incarcerated person, and I want to hear a few words from my colleague in this arena that's doing the work that we do. So with that said, I'm going to leave an opening space for any brave soul who would like to come up here and give testimony or say something about this situation. Step up. Step up and represent. That's right. We want to hear your voice.
All right. Good morning, everybody. Good morning. Why are we here? I can't hear nobody. Why are we here? We're in front of Mayor Adams, Speaker Adams, the Adams family. We got to tell them what we want. What do we want? Y'all ain't been to Rikers. I've been to Rikers. Everybody that's been to Rikers. Let's get loud, those of us who've been through it, because I don't hear enough energy. Because when you've been behind that cell, when you hear that jail cell clank, when you see people die, when you see people hanging themselves in front of you, when you see that, you want to say, shut it down louder than that. Right. So can I hear somebody say, shut it down? Shut it down! Shut this down! Shut it down! Look at these people. George Pagan. Say the name. George Pagan. George Pagan. Marvin Pines is the most recent.
Marvin Pines.
Michael Lopez.
Michael Lopez.
Albert Drive.
Albert Drive.
Gregory
Acevedo.
I mean, these people, I'm not going to say all the names. Too many names.
Too many.
Tyree Nichols. We just had George Floyd. Before that, we had Eric Garner. Then we had Michael Brown. But now we're talking about this in jail. What are the charges? When you go to Rikers, everybody at Rikers is not a rapist and murderer. They try to make you think that.
That's right.
I wasn't no rapist and murderer. Probation violation. DUI. Cheating on your taxes. Regular people crime. I call those regular people crime. Drug possession. Because you have an addiction, you got a mental illness. You got something trying to cope with. You got people. Y'all don't understand what's going on in Rikers. Rikers is not a word. It's a word to some of y'all, but it's a nightmare to me. It's a word to the rest of the world, but it's a nightmare. It's a place where I had my foot almost fall off. I almost died in Rikers myself. I could have been one of these names. I had a diabetic ulcer. They didn't treat me for 10 days. They didn't give me no metformin, no insulin. For 10 days, and they knew I was a diabetic. I could be Ibrahim Ayub, could be right here. That's why I gotta say it loud. We gotta shut it down. Because this is a death sentence for me.
Right. Talk about it.
Or for you. Because like I said, it's regular people crime. Just because you've never been to jail yet, don't mean you won't go tomorrow.
That's right. You haven't.
And don't think they care because you a nice looking old lady, very beautiful lady. The nice looking old lady. No, they're gonna treat you how they treat me. Lily, white girl. How they treat you?
Like shit.
That's right. Talk about it.
Come on, man. It's an any different story. They don't care who you are. It's a death sentence for anybody. So just because your family member, see, some of y'all didn't come to the protest until it affected you. But that's what God will do sometimes. He will put something in your life to make you come because you're the one we need. We need everybody here. We need more of y'all. Y'all got family. Y'all got friends. Let's step up. Let's not be ashamed to say shut it down to these people. Because they're going to just walk by and ignore. That's all they've been doing all day, walking by and ignoring. Let's make them not ignore it. What do we want?
Shut it
What
down.
do we want?
Shut it down.
What do we want?
Shut it down.
Thank you. Thank you.
Woo!
I love to feel like Andrew. So the next person I'd like to bring up, Speaker Andrew Cuomo. Step to the mic. Let them know who you are. Let them hear you.
Good morning, everyone. Good morning. First and foremost, it gets tired of doing it, but I would like to give my deepest condolences to the Kind family. Good morning again. My name is Lysandra Cuomo. I'm the mother of Stephon Cuomo. My son was 24 years old, and my son died September 22nd, 2021 on the boat, which is called part of Torture Island. My son should have not died. My son died from meningitis. The system in DOC failed my son, left my sunshine to die. Why, I ask myself all the time, why? Why didn't they just help him? Why didn't they just care? Why didn't they just have empathy to help everyone that needed help? I will continue. My voice will be heard everywhere. My voice will be heard everywhere.
Yes.
The whole world will hear my voice. The whole world would know what happened over that bridge, behind that wall of Torture Island, over that water, behind that boat, Torture Island, where the world would know. The numbers went up this weekend. I was sitting down and I seen it come across social media. And it felt like September 22nd all over again to me. It went from 35, when we just had something at the Brooklyn Public Library Thursday, and how it is today, it's 36. Mia Adams! Mia Adams! Mia Adams! How many more people, how many more human beings need to die before you just close it down? Again, Mia Adams, how many more mothers like myself, families, brothers, sisters, kids, have to suffer because you choose to make $1 million off of these people, and you choose to close your eyes and not address the inhumane cause that's going on the island. So as long as I'm breathing, and as long as I am here, and when I stop breathing, my family and so on will continue. I cannot stop. I won't stop. And I'm going to continue. This should not happen. Again, my deepest condolences.
When human rights are under attack, what do we do?
Stand up, fight back.
When human rights are under attack, what do we do?
Stand up, fight back.
When human rights are under attack, what do we do?
Stand up, fight back.
What do we do?
Stand up, fight back.
What do we do?
Stand up, fight back.
Thank you, Brother Darren. So I'd like to recognize representatives are here from Carlina Rivera's office. Where are you? Where? Don't be afraid. Carlina Rivera's office representative, thank you much for being here. We appreciate your presence here. Thank you so much. Also, we have a representative from the Comptroller's office. Where are you? Thank you so much for being here, and thank you for being here with solidarity. So I'm going to bring up our next speaker, who you all know and love, our colleague and comrade, fierce warrior in this fight. We all lovingly call her Dr. V. We're going to bring her up and hear some words from her. You got the stage.
Peace and blessings, everyone. I'm Chaplain Dr. Victoria Phillips with everyone calls me Dr. V. I'm exhausted.
York City as a great place. They actually spoke about the amazing programs going on in our city jail and how the funding is uplifting the people of New York. And someone, a representative, the fact that with 3 cops and programming, some people have great living behind the wall. The audacity, the whiteness in his speech. When the majority of the state in this city detain black and brown people, we are not revenue for the city nor the state. I am tired as a chaplain of speaking to the loved ones I will at all times. But I am tired of adding family to the list that I have to apologize because the mayor falls too short to do his damn job. Commissioner Molina falls too short to do his damn job. And I'm going to step on his neck continuously because he was a part of the federal monitor before he became commissioner. So he had the advantage of knowing how dire the situation is in Rikers and the boat. And still he came, buffed his chest up, and acted as if he was making a change. And last year, 19 people died on his watch.
19.
With a black mayor and a brown commissioner, they are falling short. All skin folk is not kinfolk. And it is our responsibility to hold each and every one of them accountable. I am angry. I am tired. I don't get paid a quarter of what these elected and representatives get paid. And to continue to show up at city council, I don't have the data. We'll get back to you. We don't have the numbers right now. My God, the police $11 billion to prey upon our community members. And yet in our community, we don't even have adequate health care, proper housing, clubhouses, respite centers. This is what our community needs. Our children are being funneled through the criminal system and they're pulling all our after-school programs away, cutting the education budget, and they want to say they're the most dangerous animals detained. You are creating this. Yes. And let me tell you something, this is an election year in this city. And I'm holding everybody out here nodding their head accountable. Stop showing up to a protest to take a picture, to post on your social media, and don't follow up with your electors and hold them accountable. Right? It's tiring. It's annoying. But we have to do it. Roll up there. I roll along, but I say I'm always rolling on my shoulders of the Harriet Tubman and Sojourner Truth. And I'm a Brooklynite. So I walk in any room with the spirit of Shirley Chisholm, and I dare someone to try to shut me down. Each and every one of us has to unite. They can't take us all down. You know what? When I protest, and the organizer always tell the front of the line to slow the hell down, keep up with the back of the line. You know why? Because NYPD, SRG will break you up at every point the moment you give a room. Act like you're driving in this movement. Do you let people ahead of you in the road in New York City? No. No. Treat this movement in the same manner. These are heartbeats. These are real lives. This is not a game. People actually make money off of us. My mother's buried in military cemetery, and I sat in New York State in Albany yesterday, and my God, no, the day before yesterday to testify, and I just could not believe the audacity, the balls of some of these representatives, as if we are still considered 3/5. Where's our equity? We built this city. Black people was the first stock on Wall Street. And yet we're the first to die in Rikers and on the boat with a simple, I'm sorry, we'll do better. We'll learn from this. My God, at City Council on Monday, they were saying we'll learn from our mistakes. And I'm thinking, that's a heartbeat loss. How are you learning from that as an example and allowed to repeat it and repeat it and repeat it and repeat it? Money cannot be the answer. Accountability must lead this movement. Accountability must lead our actions and our demands. I don't care how cool you are with your elected. If they're not moving their peers in their position, they're falling short. I don't care what church you go to, what clergy you have. If they're not holding their electeds that come and beg them to beg congregation for their votes, your leaders are falling short. I could go on all day. I'm not going to hold up your time. Peace and blessings. Do your job.
Energized and motivated when I hear my colleague talk. But she keeps it so real. And she don't take around the edges. She go for the heart. You know, one thing I heard her say when we talk about elected officials, guess what? When we put them in, guess what? We can put them out. That's why it's so important for us to participate in the civic engagement, because that gives us a stake in what policies and laws that we are under, as well as our people that's incarcerated. Because guess what? Their vote matters too. That's right. Incarcerated people vote matters too. Guess what? We're coming. We are coming. We're coming from everywhere they look. They're going to be scurrying in a minute. Y'all just hold on. Stay in the fight. They're going to be scurrying in a minute. They're going to be bowing and scraping to the people because they're going to want to stay in those positions, and we're going to be in a power position to vote them in and vote them out. The people that's going to represent the interests of the people. It's like they forget. You're supposed to represent the people. We the people. We voted you in. You're supposed to represent the interests of the people. But they seem to forget once they get in and they represent the interests of the few, of the good old boy and the good old girl network, family, friends, and favors. And they forget you and me. They don't represent us no more. Sometimes they be in these places so long, they just don't do nothing at all. We gotta make them do something. Like my colleague Dr. V said, we gotta go where they at. Go to Albany. Go to Albany. We got multiple advocacy days coming up. We got until the end of June. This legislative session. Go visit them in Albany. Bombard their offices with the demand from the community. Go to their district offices where they come when they're not in Albany. You gotta start showing up. You gotta participate. You gotta say something. Don't say you're a registered voter and you don't go and vote. What type of foolishness is that? Do y'all know the history, how we got the vote? Where's the respect for what was sacrificed, for the shoulders upon which we all stand? Where's the respect for our ancestors who laid their lives down, who got hung, who got burned, who got dragged, who got stomped for us to stand here today? If they didn't do that, we wouldn't be here, I wouldn't be here. So let's show some respect for our ancestors and what they gave up. How dare you not vote? I wish I had a steel-toed boot. For everybody that didn't vote, I'd kick you. That's right, I'm serious about that. How dare you not vote? How dare you say your vote don't matter? Slave mentality. It's a trick. They made you think your vote don't count. Why do you think they keep coming after the vote? Since 1963, if the vote don't count. Why do they keep trying to oppress the vote across the state if the vote don't count? Where's your brain? Take the chain off your brain. They took them off your feet and their hands and put them on your brain. Get them off your brain. How dare you say your vote don't count? How dare you not vote? It's pitiful. We gotta wake up. So anyway, moving on. So one of my colleagues mentioned to me a statement that Mayor Adams said about people being on Rikers Island. And if they're on Rikers Island, they must be bad people. But if this keeps happening to our people while they're on Rikers Island, I would think the same thing about our mayor. He must be a bad mayor because he ain't changing the circumstances of things that are happening to the people that are under his care and under his watch. So how about that? How about doing something to protect the lives of those that's in your care? incarceration and lessening the opportunities for people to be harmed, not only by others, but guess what, by the staff, by the people who have the responsibility for care, custody, and control. Where's that at? It ain't nothing but words. It don't mean nothing because they do not exemplify that behavior. They don't exemplify it. They talk about it, but we don't care about your son. I'm gonna talk louder. So, what do we care? We care because not be silent. That we must show up and show out and speak up and speak out. This place should be full. There should be no walking room, but it's not. It should be full, but like the brother said, it's not important until it happens to you. You don't care until it happens to you. Until you wind up on the plantation and you see the type of treatment that they do to our brothers and our sisters. Until it happens to you. That's right, I'm guilty of the same thing. If I would have never been incarcerated, I probably wouldn't even be standing out here. When I became incarcerated, what they did to me and what I seen them do to others, some people never make it out alive. By the grace of God, I came home alive, somewhat with my sanity. But what happened to me while I was there, I did not deserve. I did not deserve. The treatment that I seen happen to other human beings, they did not deserve. I was sentenced to a prison sentence. I wasn't sentenced to solitary confinement.
That's right.
I wasn't sentenced to beat down. I wasn't sentenced to getting gassed up.
Yep.
I wasn't sent to get stomped out. I wasn't sentenced to shut the jail down and nobody leave their cell. I wasn't sentenced to none of that. I wasn't sentenced to inhumane treatment. I wasn't sentenced to none of that. But guess what? All that happened to me while I was there. Why? Not because I was a bad dude, but because I spoke out against bad things. And as a result of speaking up and speaking out, I got stomped out. Yeah. I got put in solitary confinement. I got gassed. All that stuff happened to me just because I spoke out against the atrocities that happened to me and what happened to others. But guess what? I ain't scared. I wasn't scared then, and I sure ain't scared now. Because guess what? I'm out.
Yeah.
Y'all let the rabbit out. I made it out alive. And I made it out with some sense of fortitude in my mind. And I'll never stop fighting. I never forgot what happened to me. And I know what's happening to others there now. And I can never forget. I have a cause, I have a purpose, and I have a reason to keep doing what I'm doing until I can't do it no more. So guess what? I'm going to be here. I'm going to be where I need to be when I need to be. I can't be everywhere. But guess what? If Victor ain't here, he's somewhere else doing something else for somebody. And this ain't even about me. It's never been about me. What I do, it don't got nothing to do with Victor Pate. What it got to do is what's happening to my fellow human beings, my brothers and my sisters who are under the suffering that I was under. So that's what I do, what I do. You don't never have to mention my name. Just remember the cause that I stand for. So, with that said, I want to give a moment and open the floor up once again for a community member, an impacted member, or anybody would just like to say something. Why you here? Why you here? Step up and speak up. It's an open mic. Open mic.
Peace and blessings, my people.
Peace and blessings.
We have loved ones that are in prison, that are dependent on us. I have people that I love in prison that depend on us. They are going to be able to depend on us. Do you know how it feels to be a parent of someone incarcerated? And I'm going to spare my heart to you right now and get emotional because this is serious. My son is incarcerated on Rikers Island right now. Okay? Do you know the fear that I feel every day when I'm out here with all of these families who have lost someone in Rikers? Do you understand the fear every time I check an email and someone else has died on Rikers? But I gotta come out here and be strong for everyone who has lost someone. Open and closing wounds all day, every day is what our community bears. We must stand together in solidarity. We must. They are exterminating our people at every opportunity that they can get. In prison and in jails, they are exterminating our black people. And some of you assholes are out there helping them. Out there in the community, shooting and stabbing everybody. You are contributing to the deaths of our generational community. Stop this shit now. Stop it now. People died in prison for you to have the opportunity that you have, my people. When I am in Rikers and I'm telling you to stand up and vote, that's what I mean. Don't tell me your vote don't count, because it does. You must stand up. Stand up. When I go to these dorms, I don't want to hear this side is red, this side is blue. It don't matter what borough you came from. All they see is you. Your black body. That's all they see. It must stop. It must stop.
Must stop.
Remember the Attica survivors. Every day, remember the Attica survivors. You know how many people died in Attica and how they suffered for us, and you won't stand up? It's humiliating. But guess what? I may be small and I may be a woman, but I am strong. I am full of power. My ancestors are rolling through me every day. Every day. I am going to make change. We are going to make change together.
That's right.
Yes.
I don't care what name you have on your shirt, what organization you represent. There's only one organization, and that's in solidarity. You cannot do nothing alone. You will not kill our people. You will not continue to slaughter us. Not while I am alive. It won't happen. We must stop this now. And I'm telling you, everybody better be coming out here to these rallies that we're having. Don't stand behind your cameras and watch on television. Get your ass out here with us.
Get up, get out.
Get out here. For everybody that was incarcerated, who we supported to get you out here. There's people still inside depending on you. Get your ass out here with us, because we got you out here with us. And I'm going to leave it right there.
That's a hard act to follow. That's a hard act to follow. And I want to say something about my colleague here. This is my Rikers Island voting card. Her and I on Rikers Island every month registering pre-trial detainees. Okay? So she got fire, she got energy. So I would like to switch gears for a minute, right? And, you know, my condolences. I don't know how much to say, but I'm not going to say much. Marvin Pine's story.
Smoked before Miss Latoya
just want to acknowledge.
Okay.
You don't got to worry. You got to speak today. Keep on doing your talking.
Yeah.
Thank you so much.
No worries.
So I'm going to turn it over to my colleague Darren, who's going to lead us to the chant, and we'll get ready to close out. Brother Darren, you got the stage.
No.
So when I say people, you say power. People.
Power.
People.
Power.
People.
Power.
People.
Power.
That's what we're going to need in order to get this thing closed. That's what we're going to need to get the investments in the communities that's been historically under-resourced. People power is what we're going to need to make change, real change. Not symbolic change, but real change. My name is Darren Mack. I'm a co-director of Freedom Agenda, which is a member-led organization dedicated to organizing people and communities directly impacted by incarceration to achieve decarceration and system transformation. And I'm a member of the Jails Action Coalition, which has been on the front line of promoting safety, human rights, and dignity in people in New York City jail system. And the reason why we're here today, because another life has been lost in the last penal colony in the United States. Y'all know it as Rikers Island. Some people call it Torture Island. Marvin Pine, 65 years old. He lived a long life out here, 65 years. And he gets sent to Torture Island and they killed him. They took his life. How many more have to die? We believe in human rights, right?
That's right.
If you ask any elected official, do you believe in human rights? They'll say yes. Well, I believe in human rights. Anywhere in the world, you ask somebody, do you believe in human rights? They'll say yes. You ask, we believe in justice too, right? That's why we're here. We're here because we believe in human rights and we believe in justice. But unfortunately, in the middle of our city, on a penal colony called Rikers Island, human rights violations are happening every single day. Every single day. And injustice is happening every single day. And it needs to end. It needs to stop. As a candidate, Mayor Adams, he said that we need to make the investment to close the pipelines that feed Rikers. Now he's the mayor. Where that plan at? Where's that plan? Where's that investment plan? You come from Bronzeville. You always talk about you come from Bronzeville, and you understand. That's a community that has been historically under-resourced. Where the investments at? Where the investment in the South Bronx? Where the investment in South Jamaica's Queens? Where the investment in East New York? Where the investment in Harlem? Huh? Where the investments at? So we want investments in our community. We need housing. New York City, just about a year ago, New York City had one of the largest survey done in the history of New York City. Over 62,000 people. And the number one issue for people on this survey was housing. Affordable housing. We live in the wealthiest city in the world. And we have a homelessness crisis. Not only a homelessness crisis, we have a crisis of people not having affordable housing. So there's enough resources. People think it's not enough resources. There's enough resources. The problem is that the resources is being distributed in an incorrect and a gross way. That's the problem. We got the resources to fund housing, affordable. And the number two issue is safety. And amongst safety, one of the things that people said, we need to address the mental health crisis of people in our city. We need resources for that. The mayor also said that it's about 48% of people on Rikers Island who have a serious mental health issue, and we need to address that. They need treatment, not jail, right? They need treatment, not jail. And so where are the resources for that? So what I want to say is everybody, if you're not part of an organization fighting for justice, join an organization. Join an organization, because that's the only way, like it was said, that's the only way that we're going to get this thing done. That's the only way we can build enough power to push them to do the things that we put them in office to do. And if you can't find an organization that's fighting for justice, that's in line with your values and principles, then you might have to create an organization. You might have to create an organization that's filling the gap of what you pass part of an organization and creating an organization, you have to join the coalition. The Jails Action Coalition, JAC, is a coalition of activists and organizations that come together to build people power, because that's what we need to make change. So what I want to do is read the names of the people who passed away in 2021, in 2022, and this year. So when I say the name, you just repeat after me. Wilson Diaz Guzman.
Wilson Diaz Guzman.
Tomas Carlo Camacho.
Tomas Carlo Camacho.
Javier Velasco.
Javier Velasco.
Thomas Earl Bronson III.
Thomas Earl Bronson III.
Richard Blake.
Richard Blake.
Jose Mejia Martinez.
Jose Mejia Martinez.
Robert Jackson.
Robert Jackson.
Brandon Rodriguez.
Brandon Rodriguez.
Segundo Gualpa.
Segundo Gualpa.
Isaias Johnson.
Isaias Johnson.
Isa Abdul Kareem.
Isa Abdul Kareem.
Stephen Khadou.
Stephen Habdul.
Victor Mercado.
Victor Mercado.
Malcolm Boatwright.
Malcolm Boatwright.
William Brown.
William Brown.
Anthony Scott.
Anthony Scott.
That was 2021. 2022. Tars Youngblood.
Tars Youngblood.
George Pagan.
George Pagan.
Herman Diaz.
Herman Diaz.
Deshaun Carter.
Deshaun Carter.
Mary Yehuda.
Mary Yehuda.
Emmanuel Sullivan.
Emmanuel Sullivan.
Antonio Bradley.
Antonio Bradley.
Annabelle Carrasquillo.
Annabelle Carrasquillo.
Albert Dry.
Albert Dry.
Elijah Muhammad.
Elijah Muhammad.
Michael Lopez.
Michael Lopez.
Ricardo Cruciano.
Ricardo Cruciano.
Michael Nieves.
Michael Nieves.
Kevin Bryant.
Kevin Bryant.
Gregory Acevedo.
Gregory Acevedo.
Elmer Robert Poindexter.
Elmer Robert Poindexter.
Eric Tavira.
Eric Tavira.
Gilberto Garcia.
Gilberto Garcia.
Eduardo Mejia.
Eduardo.
That was 2022. And this year, Marvin Pines.
Marvin Pines. Not one more. Not one more.
Thank
Not
everybody
one
for being
more.
here.
Not one more. 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 Not one more.
Yeah, thank you so much for everyone for being here. Join the organization. Go online. There's a petition online that you can send straight to the mayor. There's a lot of things happening. Follow Jails Action Coalition, the whole solitude you can find on social media to know what's happening in our city. There's hearings happening. You know, DOC is organized, and we need to out-organize them. DOC and the powers that be are organized, and we need to out-organize them by building people power. Join the organization. Thank you so much, everybody, for being here.
No peace. No peace. Justice. Justice. Now. Now.
There's a hearing next week. The Board of Corrections, they usually have a hearing every month, the second Tuesday of the month. And if you follow the Jails Action Coalition, the whole South Texas Farming social media, you'll find out how to get involved and engaged. There's going to be a rally at 125 Work Street.
Yes.
And the hearing starts at 1, so get involved, y'all.